What's up, YouTube? It's Christian Teen Jacob coming from you from the Midwest, and today we'll be talking about what's the gospel. So, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, in according to Genesis 1:1. He created us for His glory, according to Isaiah 43:7, because it says, "Everyone who is called by my name, who I create for my glory, whom I formed and made." So, God created us for His glory, to live for Him. For like 1 Corinthians 10:31 says, "For whether you eat or drink, do all for the glory of God." So whatever we do is supposed to be for the glory of God. We're also to be perfect, holy as He is holy, because Matthew 5:48 says, "You therefore must be perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect." God is a perfect God. He's set apart. He is holy. He's not like this world. And we're called to be like Him. But unfortunately, for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, according to Romans 3:23. So we have fallen short of God's glory, living for Him, and for that's called sin. Sin is rebelling against God. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life in Christ Jesus our Lord. Romans 6:23. So our sin results in death, and according to Revelations 21:8. But as for the cowardly, the faithless, the detestable, as for the murderers, the sexually immoral, sorcerers, idolaters, and all liars, their portions will be in the lake that burns with fire and sulfur, which is the second death. So we deserve for our sin the second death, the lake that burns with fire and sulfur, hell. For our idolatry, our lying, sexual immorality, coveting others, our sin of our hearts, whatever we put before God, it deserves that second death. But God demonstrated His own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Romans 5:8. He died so that we may live with Christ. For by grace we have been saved through faith, and this is not a result of works, so that no one may boast. So there's nothing we can boast in. We can only boast in Christ, who died, who lived a perfect life, died for our sins. It was perfect sacrifice, our atonement for our sin. He took our place, and He conquered death by rising again on the third day, so we can live in heaven with Christ. And so, what's the result of our salvation? Well, one, we can't obedience. According to 1 John 2:3, by this we know that we have come to know Him if we keep His commandments. So Christians know we are Christians. We're saved by trust and faith and reliance in Christ. But our fruit of our salvation is obedience. So when we obey God, it's fruit of our salvation. And also, when you're Christians will receive the fruits of the Spirit, which is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. Galatians 5:22-23. So we have a choice to experience the second death, to walk in darkness, according to 1 John 1:6. If we say we have fellowship with Him while we walk in darkness, we lie and do not practice the truth. So you can either practice the truth by being saved by Christ, by relying, trusting Him to save you, or you can spend eternity in hell, or you can live for God's glory by being through the power of His Spirit, and to live in eternity with Him. So that's the choice we all have: to trust in Jesus to save us from ourselves, and to spend eternity with God, being made perfect and complete. Consider all joy, my brother, and count various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces endurance. And let endurance have its perfect result, so that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. James 1:2-4. So it's not easy being a Christian, but because we experience trials, but it makes us perfect and complete. We live for God. We find joy in Him. So that's the choice we have: to either live our own way, our own selfish desires that leads to death, to follow Christ, submit, die to self, which leads to life. So that's our choice. Now, if you like this video about what's the gospel, give me a thumbs up or subscribe, and follow me on Instagram, the official Christian Teen. And also, if you have any ideas for a future video, comment down below, and I'll take that in consideration. Thanks. God bless.